Come on, guys. Let's now solve question number 9 from our September 2024 RTP of CA Foundation Accounting. This question is on final accounts of sole proprietor. The beautiful part is this question also has rectification adjustment alongside. Can we start? Start reading. Following is the trial balance of Mr. Shekhar on 31st of March 2024. Okay, let's skip the trial balance and quickly go to the end of the question to see what do they want us to do. Come to the end of the question. End and the end. Give necessary journal entries in respect of adjustments 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, for the first 4 adjustments, we need to pass adjustment entry, basically rectification entry. The trial balance is there. No, after preparing the trial balance, they've identified some errors, and those errors have been shared to us with adjustment 1, 2, 3, 4. We are about to do final accounts. Before we do final accounts, they called us and told, okay, sir, adu adjustment 1, 2, 3, 4 on ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ rectify ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು final accounts ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದಾ? Then we are like, okay, fine, we will do rectification also. And after that, what should we do? We should do the normal, prepare final accounts. Final accounts andre trading P&L balance sheet. If this is a manufacturing entity, we might have to prepare manufacturing account also, which we right now don't know. This has to be done for the year ended 31st of March 2024. Before I read the trial balance, I'll glance through the adjustments, and for 1, 2, 3, 4 I'll pass journal entry, and then I will start with trial balance. And when I read this 1, 2, 3, 4, if the item that is appearing in this 1, 2, 3, 4 adjustment for which will pass rectification entry, if it affects any item in trial balance, I'll make a marking next to that in the trial balance. Why? That balance is before adjustment. After I pass the rectification entry, that balance has to change. Who should change? We should change, because change comes from us. Change is not bought in the market. You get this? You've never heard? ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಬಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳಲ್ವಾ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ರು, change you should be the change, you should get the change that you want to see. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಚೇಂಜ್ ತರಲಿ? Oh, okay, that is the reason we put his picture in change. People are asking, pointing out at Gandhiji's quote which says, be the change that you wish to see in the world. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿ ಇರೋ ನೋಟ್ ಕೊಡೋದು. Okay, done. Yeah, start. Rupees 20,000 drawn from bank. Drawn from bank means withdrawn from bank was debited to drawings. But out of this amount withdrawn, 12,000 was used in business for day-to-day expenses. We went to bank and we withdrew 20,000. In that, 12,000 is for business, 8,000 is personal drawings. What did we do? We wrote full 20,000 to drawings only. So we have written the entry drawings account debit to bank. We should have written drawings to bank, but we should have written that for 12,000. But we have written this entry for 20,000. So additionally 8,000 is debited to drawings, which should have been not debited to drawings. Drawings is been wrongly debited by 8. So I will credit drawings by 8. Sorry, 12,000 is used in business, 8,000 is the correct amount of drawings, but I've wrongly written 20. I've additionally written 12, which is incorrect. 12,000 is wrongly debited to drawings, so I will credit drawings by 12. What is this 12,000? Yes, expenses. I will write expenses account debit 12,000. Did you understand this? I have withdrawn money from the bank for expense. I should have written the entry expense account debit to bank. I have wrongly written drawings account debit to bank to the extent of 12. Drawings which was wrongly debited will be now credited. Expense which was supposed to be debited and was not debited is now debited. Entry is expense account debit to drawings account. Okay. What is after expense account debit to drawings? Read the next adjustment. Purchase of goods worth rupees 16,000 was not recorded in books. Wow, your most favorite rectification. What is it? Error of omission. Omission. Not even half, full, complete omelette. Complete omission. Purchase of goods worth 60,000 was not recorded in books. What's the entry? What is the entry? Purchase account debit. Okay, purchase account was supposed to be debited by 16, was not debited, so we will now debit. We are not assuming that it is paid in cash. We We're assuming that it is credit purchase. I'll write to creditors account 16,000. When the goods purchased has been not omitted, we should add it to closing stock also if they are not included. But you don't worry. Physical inventory count they've done correctly. See there? But the goods were included in stock. So when they counted the inventory at the end of the year to find the closing stock, they have rightly counted. There is no problem in counting. There is only problem in accounting. There is no problem in counting the inventory at the end of the year. There is only problem during accounting in the middle of the year, which we have rectified now. Did you understand this? Very good. After that, purchase returns of rupees 1000 was recorded in sales return journal. ಯಾರೋ subsidiary books chapter ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ skip ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ class also. So what have they done? When the subsidiary books chapter was being done, this accountant skipped the class. So what did the accountant do? Purchase return he wrote wrongly in sales return. What is a journal entry for purchase return? Purchase goods will come in. Purchase return, the goods will go out. We should credit purchase return. We have not credited purchase return. Have we credited purchase return? No. So shall I now credit purchase return? I will now credit purchase return by 1000. What have we done? We have wrongly recorded in sales return book. Sales goods will go out. Sales return goods will come in. Sales goods will go out. Sales return goods will come in. They've wrongly recorded the goods to have come in. But as the goods come inside, no. They've wrongly debited sales return. They've wrongly debited sales return. They should not have debited. What should I do now? Credit. So I will credit our sales return account by same 1000. And when they would have done this error, no, they would have used that account which is, sorry, have they done error in the account also? Was correctly posted in party account. There is no problem in the party account. So this will become suspense. Did you understand this? If they would have not told this, I would have written that party account, because I was supposed to write party account debit to purchase return. I would have wrongly written sales return account debit to party. No, I would have credited that party wrongly. I should have not credited, so I debited. I should have debited them. I have not debited, so I'll debit once again. I would have debited that concerned party with double the amount. But they're telling it is correctly written in party account. The problem is only in purchase return, sales return book. Urgent al baribekadre, instead of writing in purchase return book, they wrote in sales return book. You got it? Sometimes you also don't know. In the urgent, if the message that you had to send it to this guy, you will wrongly send it to that guy. For example, let's say I'm sending message to Kushat saying, okay, Manojun karibeda. Ivat Ratri party ge. I'm supposed to send this message to Kushat. By mistake, I open Manoj chat and then send me to Manoj. Manoj in karibeda party ge ivat night to Daban and Mala. I send it to Manoj only. What happened? Mistake. Now I should rectify the mistake. You get it? Manoj will kill. What? Oh, really? Okay. Now did you understand this error? There is no mistake in party account here. Error is only in purchase return, sales return book. So I am writing it as suspense. Okay. What is after that? Last one. Expenses include 6,000 in respect of the period after 31st of March 2024. So 6,000 rupees is prepaid expense. Correct or not? So the accountant is saying in expense alla, prepaid expense anta. So expense, if you don't transfer to prepaid, from there it will go to P&L. You should not let it go to P&L. What do? You transfer from expense to prepaid expense. Prepaid expense is an asset. Prepaid expense is an, so prepaid expense should be debited. Expense should be credited, because that expense only 6,000 is actually not expense. Alva. So I'll debit prepaid expense and credit expense to the extent of 6,000. If you would have not done this, it would have become P&L to expense and 6,000 would have gone to P&L. This is the 4 rectification entries that they've asked us to do before doing final accounts. Did everyone get it? Very, very important thing what you should note right now is this trial balance as items. No, this is before rectification. What is the first journal entry? Expense to drawing. So expense will change, drawings will change. Do you agree with me? Come on, make a quick note here. Expense. One star. Do you see drawings? Drawings. Yeah, drawings. Okay. So drawings and expenses, I put 1 star. Star means there is an adjustment. Okay. After that, purchase account debit to creditors. So purchase also there is adjustment. Purchase, adjustment. This purchase of 16 lakh is there? No, that is not correct. That is incorrect. And then you have creditors. Creditors is also incorrect. Creditors is also incorrect. Creditors value 2,20,000 is tappu. We should correct it. Amil correction madadu. Then suspense to sales return to purchase return. So suspense account. In suspense is there no 2,000. This is not suspense anymore. Suspense is now revealed. So this should not come in balance sheet. We'll eliminate that. So suspense there is some adjustment. Then purchase return, sales return. Purchase return you put one star, and you also put one star next to sales return. Did you understand this? Yes, please. Yes, sir. After that, lastly, prepaid expense and expense. Is there anything called prepaid expense anywhere here? I don't think there is prepaid expense. Only expense. Okay. We'll put one star next to expense. Sorry, ಎರಡೆರಡು star. Yeah. Sometimes there will be 3 stars, 4 stars also. What will you do if there are 2 stars? We'll do 2 adjustments. 3 stars, 4 stars, 5 stars. Do nothing. Eat 5 star and do. Hey, you should do 5 adjustments. 5 adjustments is ಏನು ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದಂತೆ. So, understood? Now we are ready. Can I start with final accounts? Final accounts andre I'll do trading and P&L ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. After that I'll do balance sheet. Is that okay? Let's start from the beginning of the trial balance. Start from the beginning of the trial balance. To begin our trial balance, I have capital. How much capital? Very good. Sorry. This capital of 6 lakh, I will write it in my balance sheet on the liability side. I will answer your doubt, Shrikanta. Give me one moment. I'll explain it slightly later. I would write here capital. How much? 6 lakh. Inner column. Why? This has to be adjusted for drawings. This has to be adjusted for net profit. Only then it will go to outer column. After that, I have drawings. How much is my drawings? 70,000. Usually drawings will be deducted from capital. But there is adjustment to drawings. Meaning drawings is not 70,000. Maybe it's something more than 70, or it might be something less than. We don't know. We don't want to know. We don't know. We don't want to know. So what do? I'll write less drawings. How much is it? 70. Remember 70 and don't write anything. Or if you want, I'll write here. Inner column. Inner column. Only 70,000. After we write the entire trial balance, then I'll make adjustments. Is there no? I'll give impact of that and then finally write it. Till then, can you wait?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. After drawings, then we have fixed assets. Where do I write this fixed assets? Opening balance of fixed assets is given. I'll write in balance sheet. To this, I would have to add this additions. Then I would have to adjust the depreciation. Then it will go to outer column. So for now, can I write in the inner column? In my balance sheet, I would write fixed assets. How much fixed assets? Opening balance 1,40,000. How much is the additions? 2 lakh. Remember, additions has happened on 1st of October 2023. Sir, how does it impact? When we are charging depreciation, I won't give depreciation for entire year. I'll give depreciation from 1st of October to end of the year. That is 6 months. Year ending is 31st March. Yeah. I'll give depreciation entry only for 6 months. Did you understand this? If they give depreciation as percentage. Okay. After that, I have opening stock. Opening stock will appear in trading account debit side 60,000. Shall I post this 60,000 to trading account debit side? Never prepare trading account first and then prepare P&L account. Always prepare the ledger account simultaneously. Trading, P&L, balance sheet, everything should be open. You go on posting the items and you solve it in the order of the question, not in the order of the answer. You go on reading the question in the order, in the same order you go on solving the answer. By the time you finish reading the question, your answer will be ready. Shall I write 60,000 to trading account debit side? Trading account debit side, I'll write opening stock 60,000. After this, I have purchases. How much is our purchases? 16 lakh. But there is adjustment. There is some rectification that we should do. So I would write purchases in my trading account, but in inner column. Once I adjust that rectification and purchase return, then only it will go to outer column. Okay. After purchases of 16 lakh, I have purchase returns. How much is purchase returns? 69,000. This also has adjustment. So I would write here less purchase return. But this is not right. As of now, how much is it? But this is not the correct amount. So let it be there. Later we'll adjust it and then write the correct amount to the outer column. When will we do it? When we read the rectification entries. What is after that? Sales. Sales is how much? 22 lakh. Wow, there is no adjustment for sales. Can I write sales in the outer column?
Yes, sir.
No, there is sales return. Sales I'll write 22 lakh to only adjust one item which is sales return. Adjustment is there for sales return. What is after this sales return? How much is sales return? 99,000. But sales return has adjustment. So I would write here less sales return. How much? 99,000 for now. Later when I come there, I'll do the adjustment. Order is important. Huh? Don't jump. Then debtors. How much is debtors? 2 lakh 50. Where do I write this debtors of 2 lakh 50? I'll write it in balance sheet on the asset side. Balance sheet on the asset side, I'll write debtors. I don't think there is any adjustment for debtors. So I posted 2 lakh 50 straight away to outer column only. Is that okay? Then I have creditors. Creditors has some adjustment. How much is creditors? 2 lakh 20. 2 lakh 20,000 of creditors. I'll write it on the liability side. I would write creditors, but write 2 lakh 20 in inner column because I have to adjust that rectification to this. After creditors of 2 lakh 20, what do I have after that? I have expenses of 50. Oh, this has two adjustments. I would write this expense in P&L account debit side and wait for it to be adjusted for both the adjustments. Come to our P&L account. In my P&L account, I would write here two expenses. How much? 50,000. Got it? After 50, fixed deposit with bank. What is fixed deposit with bank? Asset. Where do I write this fixed deposit with bank? Balance sheet, asset side, 2 lakh. I would write in my balance sheet as fixed deposit with bank, 2 lakh rupees. Got it? After fixed deposit of 2 lakh, what is the next item? Interest on fixed deposit. Interest on fixed deposit is income. Income of 20,000 should go to P&L account credit side. So I'll take this to my profit and loss account. And on the credit side, I'll give little place for GP first. First is GP. I will write interest on fixed deposit 20,000. There is no adjustment, so straight away outer column. What is it after interest on fixed deposit 20? Cash. Where do I write cash of 8,000? Balance sheet asset. So in my balance sheet on the asset side, I would write cash. How much is cash? Is there any adjustments for cash? There is no adjustments for cash. No. One second. Cash bank balance is given separately. Cash is minus 8,000. Oh, cash actually can't be 8 minus. But they've given it as credit. So I'll assume it to be cash at bank. Cash is an asset. Asset should have debit balance. They've given on the credit side. What does it mean? Cash is negative. Can the cash be negative? No, it is assumed to be cash at bank. It has to be cash at bank. Why? Can you say you have minus 8,000 in your pocket? Cash and stock are two items which can't be negative. Cash and stock are two items which cannot be negative. But they've given on the credit. Very sad. So I wrote it on the liability side. Is that okay? It is assumed to be bank overdraft. It is assumed to be cash at bank, not cash in hand. Okay. What's after that? Suspense. This suspense I won't write. Why? It should get eliminated. No, 2000. It should not appear. There is a star. If you want, I can write it on the liability side here and then eliminate it. But I would want to skip that. Then I have depreciation of 14,000. So the good part is they've told depreciation. They have not given any depreciation percentage. So you don't have to compute depreciation. Straight away from fixed asset addition. Shall I deduct depreciation? Very good. Okay, let me write here less depreciation. How much? How much is it? 14,000. Something is fishy. The reason is if you write this depreciation as deduction from here, then will you write it in the P&L account debit side? No, you should not. If you write it in P&L account debit side, then you should not do it. Because if they give in adjustment, we'll do this. Am I right? Here they've given in trial balance. They've given depreciation where? In trial balance. Depreciation if they've given in trial balance, what does it mean? It means it's already adjusted against the asset. It's already adjusted against the, we don't have to adjust it separately now. Sir, what are you saying? What is the journal entry for depreciation? Depreciation account debit to asset. They give depreciation in adjustment, meaning it is not deducted from asset, it is not charged to PL. So we do deduction from asset and we also charge it to PL. Now it is already appearing in trial balance. You know what does that mean? They have already written the entry depreciation to asset. They have already written the entry depreciation to asset. So the balance given here is After deduction from the asset, they've given depreciation amount to be 14. So this 14,000 depreciation will appear where? In P&L account, because it is debit. Artha agtidya? I would write depreciation. How much? Yeah, 14,000. There is something tricky here. I would keep it in inner column and then see. If there is no adjustment, I will post it to outer column. Okay, now everyone, make some noise. Any difficulty? Okay. What is after the depreciation? Rent. See, rent, they've told that it is paid for 17 months. How many months did you pay? But in 1 year, how many months are there? Sir, ಅದು ಅಧಿಕ ಮಾಸ ಬಂದಾಗ ಈ ಅಧಿಕ ಪ್ರಸಂಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹೊಡಿತೀನಿ. In a year, there are only 12 months. If they paid for 17 months, they paid for 5 months extra. When is our year ending? 31st of March. They paid till 31st of August. April, May, June, July, August. April, May, June, July, August. 5 months rent is paid extra. That 5 months rent will become prepaid rent. 5 months rent will become. So I'll write 17,000 in the inner column. I'll write 17,000 in the inner column. Out of this, how much will go to outer column? Only current year rent should go to outer column. To the extent it is paid for next year, it should be posted to balance sheet. I repeat, to the extent rent belongs to next year, it should be posted to balance sheet. Did you all get it? Very good. Please help me with this. Please do 17,000 divided by 17 months. Rent is paid for 17 months. No, divided by 17 months. 1,000 is the rent per month. How much belongs to next year? 5 months. 1,000 into 5. So that 5,000 is basically prepaid rent. How much is current year rent? 12,000. So 12,000 is current year expense, will go to P&L. 5,000 is next year expense, will post it to balance sheet. In balance sheet, what is it? Asset. Shall I read it as asset, prepaid rent in our balance sheet? Are you finding it easy or very difficult? Easy? And show some energy. Then, yes. What is that? Investments, 12%. How much is investments? 2,50,000. Can I write this as asset? I will write this as my asset in the balance sheet, 2,50,000. On this, interest is 12%. And you purchased it on 1st of August. We should have received interest. We have not received, so it will become income and asset. How much interest will be received? 2,50,000 into 12%. Into how many months? August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. How many months is that? 8 months. Please do 2,50,000 into 12% into 8 by 12. Nane. I did it. 2,50,000 into 12% into 8 by 12 is how much? 20,000 rupees of interest is earned. It might not be received, but it's still earned. We should record the income even if it is not received, just because it is earned. So it is income, P&L account credit side. It is not received, accrued interest is asset in balance sheet. Journal entry is accrued interest account debit to interest income. Shall I write it? Here I would write accrued interest on investment. Yes, to 20,000. And I would write this as income in my P&L. I would write interest on investments. 2,50,000 into 12% into 8 by 12. How much? 20,000. Did everyone get this? What is after interest on investment? Last item, there is bank balance of 1,69,000. This is positive balance. I would write it in the balance sheet as asset. Actually, they should have given this bank balance as minus and that, bank, this 8,000 should have been bank balance, 1,69,000 should have been cash balance. They have done some error. However, let's not crib on the mistake. Let's just adjust and then go forward. Okay, now, correct or not? We're done with trial balance. All that I need to do is this 1, 2, 3, 4, I should give impact. Before that 1, 2, 3, 4, I have one small table. Shall I read this? Stock on 31st of March is valued at 1 lakh. Closing stock. It should be written at two places. One, trading account credit side. Second one, balance sheet asset. In the balance sheet, I would write asset. Stock. How much? 1 lakh. And I also write this stock in our trading account on the credit side as closing stock 1 lakh. Done. Very good. Depreciation is to be provided at 10% per annum on fixed assets purchased during the year. How much depreciation should be provided? 10% on the fixed assets purchased during the year. They have given per annum. Okay, come here. What is the value of the asset purchased? 2 lakh. When did you buy it? October. From October to March you compute. October, November, December, January, February, March. How many months? 6 months. 2 lakh into 10% is 20,000. Into 6 by 12. 10,000 depreciation we have to provide on this machinery. Sorry, fixed asset. This I've done. This 10,000 depreciation I should also write here. This 14,000 is already deducted from the opening balance. This 1 lakh 40 ಮೇಲೆ 14,000 already deduct ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. On this 2 lakh now I deduct 10,000, so it will become additional depreciation which I'll add, making my total depreciation as 24. Got it? Why am I not deducting this 14 from the value of fixed assets here? Because it is appearing in trial balance, it is already deducted. Got it? So tell me 140 plus 2 lakh 340 minus 10 is how much? 3 lakh 30,000. Did everyone understand 3 lakh 30? Very nice. After we write this 3 lakh 30, we're done with this first table. 1, 2, 3, 4 is already adjusted. We've written journal entry. Give impact of those journal entries and close your trading, P&L and balance sheet. Final accounts is khatam. Shall we close? First come to the journal entry. First journal entry. What has happened? Expense account debit to drawings. Expense is debited. Expense is increasing. Drawings is credited. Drawings is decreasing. I will increase expense by 12. Decrease drawings by 12. Shall I add 12,000 to expenses? Rectification entry number 1. Expenses. Add 12,000. Rectification number 1. Drawings minus 12. 70,000 I will deduct 12,000. Alva. From 70 if I deduct 12, what do I get? 58,000 is my drawings to be adjusted against capital. Understood? First adjustment. Let's go to second adjustment. What is the second rectification entry? Purchases to creditors. If I debit purchase, purchase will increase. If I credit creditors, creditors will also increase. Purchases is not recorded, creditors is not increased. I will add 16,000 to purchase. I will add 16,000 to creditors. Shall I? Come on here. Purchases. I will add rectification number 2, 16,000. Sir, outer column A, purchase return adjustment is there. Wait. 16,000 done. Where else will I adjust it now? Creditors. Come to our balance sheet. Creditors is there no 220. Add rectification number 2, 16,000, making it 2,36,000. Everyone got it? After this, second adjustment is over. Now we'll go to third adjustment. What is third adjustment? Suspense account debit 2,000. In trial balance, suspense account is credit 2,000. Observe. Credit of 2,000 is there suspense. Now I will debit it. Suspense will become 0. It will not appear anywhere. If it was still there, if it was debit balance, I would have written as asset in balance sheet. If it was credit balance, I would have written it as liability in balance sheet. Understood? What's after that? Sales return. Sales is credit. Sales return should be debit. But we are crediting sales return. And this sales return I would have to decrease. Am I right? It was wrongly recorded in sales return, no 1,000. So come on here. My sales return is 99. From that I'll eliminate 1,000, which is rectification. Sales return will become 98,000. 22 lakh minus 98. 21 lakh 2,000. Got it? Next, purchase return is also there, credit 1,000. Purchases should be debited. Purchase return should be usually credited. There is 1,000 of purchase return which is not recorded. I would have to increase my purchase return by 1,000. Got it? Observe, purchase return was 69. I will add 1,000 to it to make it 70,000. It was 1,000 rupees of purchase return wrongly entered in sales return. Sales return is increased by 1. I decrease sales return by 1. Purchase return is decreased by 1. So I'll increase it by 1. Understood this adjustment? One last adjustment is pending. Prepaid expense to expense. 6,000 of expense is actually not expense. It is prepaid expense. Come to P&L account. From expenses, I'll eliminate rectification number 4, 6,000 because it is prepaid expense. How much will expense become? 50 minus 12, sorry, 50 plus 12, 62. 62 minus 6, 56. And this 6,000 is prepaid expense. It will appear in the balance sheet as asset. Prepaid expense 6,000. By this, we are done with all the 4 adjustments. We are ready to close our trading P&L and balance sheet. Come to trading, determine our GP. Before that, purchase 16 lakh minus 70, 15 lakh 30 plus 16, 15 lakh 46. 21 lakh 2 plus 1, 22 lakh 2,000. 22 lakh 2,000 minus 16 lakh 6,000. ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ GP? Balancing figure. 5 lakh. 5 lakh 96,000 is GP. That will be brought down to P&L. In P&L, I'll find net profit. 596 plus 20 plus 20. 40 if you add 6 lakh 36. From 6 lakh 36, we will deduct 6 lakh 24 more than 6 lakh 12. From 6 lakh 12, 12 if you deduct 6 lakh. 6 lakh minus 56, 5 lakh 44. 5 lakh 44,000 will become our net profit. This net profit will be, yeah, will be taken to capital. Add it to capital. Shall I add it to capital? 5 lakh 44. I'll add it to my capital here. Now tell me how much is the closing capital. 6 lakh minus 58. 5 lakh 42. 5 lakh 42 plus 5 lakh 44. 10 lakh 86. 10 lakh 86,000 plus 8. 10 lakh 94. 10 lakh 94 plus 2 lakh 36 is 12 lakh 60. Sorry, 13 lakh 30. Take the total on the asset side. 330 plus 250 plus 2 lakh plus 5 plus 250 plus 20 plus 169 plus 1 lakh plus 6. You get 13 lakh 30. Ta-da! 13 lakh 30. This is the solution to question on final accounts with rectification of errors.